All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, massive news. Kevin Durant is finally traded and he's going to the Houston Rockets. Now the deal is, well, let's just get the details out of the way. Phoenix Suns are trading two-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the 10th NBA pick in this 2025 draft, and 5 second-round picks. My initial reaction when I saw this was not bad for a return. That was my initial reaction. Over the past 2 hours, because I'm recording this 2 hours roughly after the trade, maybe 2.5. Anyhow, I've come to realize a bit more that getting Jalen Green is fine, Dillon Brooks is fine, and the 10th pick is fine, but they didn't get any of the young players from Rockets. And I say young, like, I emphasize that word because technically Jalen Green is young. He's only 23, but I feel like we kind of have an understanding of the kind of player he's going to be. I could be wrong on that, but he's not going to be someone to take you to the promised land. I don't think he'll ever be that championship piece in terms of being a top 3 player on a championship team, just because what we saw what happening in the Warriors series, he just disappeared. Straight up disappeared. Now, maybe if there was 2 players truly just better than him offensively, that wouldn't happen. But yeah, he got dismantled. Nevertheless, though, Kevin Durant is going to a second-seeded team in the Houston Rockets. They were 52-30. And I'm not going to lie, the potential is insane. So Steven Adams does return. Sengun is going to be a huge piece moving forward, of course. Still was in the past season. Dillon Brooks is gone. However, Amen Thompson, probably the player with most potential on this team. Just a freak athlete. I've made a video on Amen Thompson in the past, so Fred VanVleet is probably going to return. Reed Shepherd was the, 3rd, 4th pick last year? He was a high pick. I don't remember the pick exactly, but he was a high pick. So, add KD to the mix. Rockets are going to be scary. I can't wait to see Amen, Sengun, and KD play together. Jabari Smith's going to be interesting too, because with Jalen Green gone and Dillon Brooks gone, you would think that one opening goes to him. Cam Whitmore maybe as well, because again, he's a player with high potential. So there's just a lot going on with the Rockets. They're just a really good team right now. And I do want to show quickly the reactions of the Phoenix Suns subreddit, which is obviously their fandom. And, you know, I have gone through some of the comments already, but wow, 5 second-round picks. That was something that was never brought up to my knowledge. I'm wondering if they'll package them and Jalen Green to another team. You know, the weird thing is, with Jalen Green, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, that's just a really small starting lineup. You know, those 3 players could all be point guards on a team. I would say Jalen Green is definitely more of a 2 player, but his size is, of a point guard. Same with Bradley Beal. Devin Booker was a shooting guard for a long time, and then recently? Was it last season where he was playing a lot of point guard? However, it's just a lot of guards. So yeah, it's a good question to be seen if Jalen Green will be packaged to another team. Is he going to do work in Phoenix? Honestly, I feel like Jalen's going to be at his best in a team that isn't going to require him to be contending player. Best case scenario, 3rd best player on a contending team. That's best case scenario if he really just pans out. But it's definitely a question mark to see what they're going to do with that. I'd imagine that they continue to just keep him, but we'll see. Comment here, I hate this team so much. I can't fault people for really feeling this, to be honest with you, because you look at the state of the West, and the West is scary, and the West just got scarier as well. But you look at all the teams, so many teams: Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets. Clippers are a question mark, but they should be good next year as well. Timberwolves, Warriors, Grizzlies are another question mark, but they'll probably figure it out. They have too much talent. Mavericks, because they got Cooper Flag now, that helped right the ship. Trailblazers have a lot of really young talent. Spurs, like there's some really good teams in the West, and the Suns just don't stack up well compared to the rest of these guys. So they're going to be not great, to be honest with you. They're not going to be very good. The thing is, Devin Booker seems like he's going to stay in Phoenix, and either way, you don't have your pick next year, so you just literally cannot tank. But what are you left with at that point? You know what I mean? You're not getting your first round pick for several years. I did an entire video on this, on the Phoenix Suns regrets in trading for Kevin Durant. If you haven't checked that video out, I think you should, because I really go into the state of the Phoenix Suns and how bad it's going over there. But all in all, this is just crazy if you're a Suns fan. I mean, the comments haven't been great. Hey, here's our trash. Thanks for taking it out for us. I will say this, getting the number 10 pick is good though. Hopefully you draft someone who can help you turn things around. No Jabari or Tari is depressing. What a mishandling by the front office. Damn, didn't get Jabari or any of the other young guys. I mean, it boils down to what I discussed earlier, but nevertheless, you add KD to this team. You have a phenomenal closer, someone who's going to give you 26 points per game. That's what he averaged last season. And not only that, you have an edge to your team where you have someone who's done it in the past. You have that veteran experience, and that's huge. This team was really young. They lost to the Warriors. I didn't expect them to go super far just because they were young. They didn't have that advantage to them. So but let's see what happens. I really think this team is going to be really, really, really good with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant hasn't had a successful team since the Warriors because he went to the Nets. That was very unsuccessful. There's a lot of injuries, though. And then he went to the Suns, and that was an extreme disappointing time, without question. Hopefully, maybe they right the ship, or he rights the ship and is able to find success in Houston. Nevertheless, it's going to be very entertaining. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe. It goes a long way up with the channel. This is All Even Different. All Even Different. And we out.